G'day guys and girls, it's Michael here from Tech and Tools, and today I'm going to be installing a new graphics card into my computer or PC, however you want to put it. So as you can see, I've gone for, I'm not waiting around for the 30 series cards. There's a lot of trouble even trying to get them these days. There's been a lot of issues with scalping and price inflation and stuff like that. So I'm not, unfortunately, one of those YouTubers that are big enough to be able to get stuff from people like ASUS or Gigabyte or MSI or anything like that, to review straight away. So I'm generally like most of the public. I'm not rich. So when I can upgrade, and I can't upgrade always to the most up-to-date stuff or components. So right now I'm currently running a ASUS ROG GTX 1050 Ti, and I've been running that in my PC for as long as I can, and that runs this. I'm barely getting at 1080p 60 FPS when I game and stuff like that. So this is in my price range to upgrade to. So this is obviously ASUS ROG Strix gaming graphics card, RTX 2070 Super. I think my 1050 Ti has got about 4 gigabytes of memory in it. This is obviously like Dell Plus, it's the next series up of cards. So I wasn't going to go the 2080. From what I do, a 2070 would have been probably alright, but a 2070 Super are probably a little bit better from what I've read online, done some research on. So I'm going to do a little unboxing of this, and I'm going to then run. I'm just going to use my current setup, use my 1050 Ti. I'm going to run, I might do 3 benchmarks. So the in-game benchmarks for, I think Metro Exodus has got one, Grand Theft Auto, and is it Rise or Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I think I'll just do those on like high settings for my 1050 Ti, excuse me, and then chuck this bad boy in and put this on high settings and run the same benchmarks, and we'll see what we get. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, let's unbox this thing. So my trusty knife, and what do we got here? Do that side, same for the side. That side. And how does this work? Ooh. Ooh. And I'm thinking, oh, it's in a box. It's a box within a box. It is a box within a box. Alright. Pop this down in. Here we go. Ooh, what we got here? ASUS. Oh, just a bit of a manual. Typical. And here is the, actually before we do that, what do we got here? Ah, so those Velcro straps are actually really useful. Really useful, those things. And of course, the star of the show. Put this down. And it's on the Super. Let's unbox this. Unwrap it, I should say. we go. 3 frames. I think my 1080 Ti is about that big for comparison, and we'll put it side by side before we put it in. There we go. Sort of decent backplate. Looks nice. Not that I'm going to see it much in my PC here, but GeForce RTX, Republic of Gamers. God, it's hefty. It's quite heavy. And there's the you have to take this off obviously before you put it in there. And it's still a 2 card slot. So what have we got in right here? We have USB Type C. We have, what's that, HDMI. So 2 HDMIs, 2 display ports. So yeah, 2 HDMIs, 1 USB Type C, and 2 display ports, 2 HDMIs, 1 USB Type C, I should say. And it's I think that's a 2.5 slot card, size card. So I reckon that weighs a good couple of kilos. All right, so let's get into the benchmarks. Okay guys, we've got Shadow of the Tomb Raider here, and we're running it, and we'll display it 1080p. We've got the graphics set manual on high, and we'll go and run the benchmark and see what we get. Here we go. So it's running at 1080p on the GTX 1050 Ti. Look at that, 30 frames per second. It's not particularly great. I mean, at this frame rate, it's barely playable. Was using the 1050 Ti, and I was using it basically playing most of my games at 720p, which was okay. But since I've upgraded to this MSI main screen, which is 144 Hertz, 1 millisecond response time, 1920 by 1080 resolution, it's not cutting the mustard. So we went up to about 50 odd there. But this is as soon as you get anywhere close to water or jungle, actually close to the jungle, the frame rate just dips. So it's terrible. So as you get closer in, the frame rate drops. By the way, great game. Recommend it greatly. Both Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's kind of gross, but hey, gotta eat. Even in a computer game. So there we go. Here we go. What we got here. CPU window. The GPU. Minimum 26 frames per second, maximum 51, average of 33. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, we've got Grand Theft Auto running now, so we'll go and look at the settings. Display graphics. So we're running 1920 by 1080. We just click on here, and do we go down here? Yeah, most of the things are on high. Everything's on high. So we'll go and run the benchmark test. Let's see how it goes. So getting around 50 to 60 FPS. And there's a drop to about 40 then. So yeah, a bit of a drop there. Yeah, see, once you get to the water, anything to do with water is always taxing. See, low 40s. My favourite part of this benchmark, cruising around in an aeroplane. It's getting about 60 FPS most of the time. Oh yeah, just fly through some power lines, no worries. Hmm. So yeah, getting 50 to 60. But it's not very smooth. Okay. So, I thought I'd run you a bit of Doom Eternal. So, full screen, 920 1080, motion blur, I'll turn off. Overall quality we'll leave on high. Okay, so we'll apply those changes. Mission select, and we'll just start at the beginning. See what we get. Okay, so Doom Eternal running 1920 by 1080, sorry, and motion blur off with most of the graphics set on high. Okay. So we're getting around 50 to 60 if we're lucky. So getting around 60 FPS, 50 to a little bit of 80 there. So yeah. So we're getting up to around 70 at the moment. So around 60, so spikes every now and again. 90. Wow. So 55 jobs to yeah, so you're getting jobs there in 50. So with the explosions and stuff like that, you're getting around 60. And some jumps to 50. So you jump to 50 there. Anyway. Oh, that's enough of that. So now, yeah, so that's enough. So we're getting, you know, drops to around low 50s to, you know, 60, 70 on average. So on high settings at 1080p. So let's go ahead and go to the next bit and get the card installed. Alright guys, got through some benchmarks there with the GTX 1050 Ti that I've been running for like years. So now it's time to get this beautiful RTX 2070 Super in there. That's right, Batman. We're going in there. So I'll power everything down. I'll get the cut side cover off, and hopefully we don't have any issues getting this in there. This is a bigger card. I think it should fit. And the only worry I have is the wiring going to the card, which I think, yes, 2 8 pins. So that's the only worry I have. I'm pretty sure I've got a 650 watt power supply. Should be fine for this. So, yes, let's get into it. Okie dokie. Just looking in here, this is with the old setup, the 1050 Ti. So we've got the, what we've got here, this is the 6 pin, but it's got the 2 there, and attached to it down the bottom we've got another 6 plus 2. So we've got the 8 pin's going to be fine. Lengthwise, I think we're going to be fine. I think the graphics card's about this long, the new one, the RTX 2070 Super. So that's I'll disconnect the cables from the graphics card to the monitors, and we'll get this out. We'll get the new one popped in, and we'll, yeah, see how it goes. Alrighty. So oh, that's right. That screw out to get that cover to swing, and I can undo the belt on. There's one. Oop. It's good to have a little magnet on these things, by the way. You can, but they do get stuck to things from time to time. Get my second one, pop that there. Don't forget before you, okay, Batman, you've got to cut that. Sorry, man. Now, obviously, cables out from your monitors, undo the GPU mounts, undo your power supply. At the back here, you can see it. Let's have a bit forward a bit more. There's the tab for the 16 slot. You're gonna push that back, give it a little wiggle, and out she comes. So you've done me well. Look at that, I didn't even peel the original stickers off there. So there we go. That's that. So let's stick that down here. Let's have a look at the difference. GTX 1050 Ti versus RTX 2070 Super. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing in. So, take these off. This thing is huge compared. I'm about to get in there, should be okay. Oh, what stickery bits do I have to pull off? Any stickery bits? We've got this, do the peel. Oh yes, very satisfying. What else we got down here? We got one here, yes we do. Got one there, and really there's nothing on the bottom, so who cares? Nothing there. Leave the bridge in. Okay, so let's put this in. That's back. Slide this in. I believe that's in there. I'm not going to let that drop there without putting. Oh no, that's okay. Oh, let's get a screw in. Alrighty. Put that up, put a screw in. Won't do that up completely tight yet. So I've got to get all my other screws in. There's only two on here. Oh, that screw started. Alright. That's loose, so we'll loosen the top one. I'll just try and get rid of most of the sag. No, let's drop down. There, that's tight. Need the bottom one up. That is tight. Okie dokie. Now, got to sort this problem out. So, do I have a pair of snips? Oh, I can't use my knife. Probably not the best idea. A pair of scissors. Carefully clip that. And how am I going to do this? I think we'll do it like this. 1 and 2. So we'll put that together. Like that. Together. Oh, not quite lined up. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I have to pull this down a little bit so the side cover can get back on. So there we go. That's it pretty much installed. We will shut this lever here. We'll get all the cables connected back up and we'll fire it up. We may have to do a NVIDIA upgrade or something like that. I'm not sure, but hang on, does Batman still fit in here? Oh, not quite. We'll see if he can stay there. Is he going to hit the fan? Touching any of the fans? No, I reckon he might be able to stay there. Let's see if the cover can go back on. Yes, the cover goes back on. Okay, leave it with me. I'll get back to you when everything's up and running. Okay, everything's back on. Everything's working. So, and even better is it lights up red. It's just, I think it's the standard color, I think, from ASUS. So yeah, that went together quite well. It was quite easy. I did have to change one of the cables going to the third screen, second, third, whatever screen, because that had it was DVI to HDMI. So now HDMI to HDMI, HDMI to HDMI, and DisplayPort to the main screen for the where you do your main gaming. So yes, next is to look at some more benchmarks. So everything went really well, really quite simple. Let's see how it performs. Okay, we're on to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Let's have a look here. You know, let's just run this on high because it was on high before. So we'll run the benchmark and let's go. Right, instantly over 100 basically FPS straight away. Well, we seen that before, like 30, 40. So that's over double straight away. Strangely enough, when you go for 4 gigabytes of memory to 8 gigabytes. Interesting that. FPS down to 80, 70s, low 70s. Oh yeah, look at that, over 100. That's amazing. Over 100 FPS. That's crazy. And the last section here. Just only have way over 100 FPS. So we're hitting just that 60 FPS mark, a little bit there. I saw a high 59 or something like that. And this is only on high. I can go much higher than this. High on the 1050 Ti was just too much at 1080p. Okie dokie. So there you go. Minimum of 104, maximum 196, average 131. Massive difference, this. Massive difference. The video memory is just huge, you know. It's so yeah, there we go. That's alright, so let's move on to the next one, which is Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so we're here on to Grand Theft Auto. Let's go to the settings. Display. Sorry, graphics. So 1980 by 1080, going on high, just to texture color now. I'll leave it on high like we did before. VSync is, what is that on? Turn that off. Apply those changes. High, motion blur is off. Alright, so we'll run the benchmark test. Here we go. Right, instantly we've gone from around 60 FPS to around 80, high 80s to 90s, over 100. Yeah, we weren't even kicking above 60 before. Doubling that now. Huge improvement. Yeah, that's over double the FPS. That's my favourite one, favourite bit. And this is still only on high. I can go higher than this, and this can do it. This GPU can be pushed a lot harder. So we're getting over double the, at times, most of the time, around double the frames per second as we were with the old GPU. That's amazing. That's a lot crisper too. Yeah, let's fire through some power lines again. Slightly unrealistic, but yeah, that's really good. Really happy with that. This person can't drive, but then again, when I drive in this game, I'm pretty bad too. So this is the lowest I think we've seen, is the low 70s. Even with the crash, it got still around 70 to 80. And it seats better. And I said I could push this too from high to highest. So there we go. That's that done. So on to the next one. Okay, we're in here to Doom Eternal. And video, what have we got here? Turn about 1080, VSync off. Everything's on high. Okay, we're like 180. That's mad. And we'll hit you with the BFG straight away. That's amazing. Of 200, 220 FPS. That's no contest. No contest. That is absolutely amazing. Let's see what a tip is with an explosion. Barely anything. That's pretty cool. And this is only on high. So it could, I would think, do a lot better than this if I was to change the settings to high or to ultra. I'm pretty sure I could go that far on this. But I just want to have a side-by-side comparison. And I believe we're getting that. So, yeah. So look at that frame rate, look at that, 160. That's barely touching anything. That's amazing. Alright, I've had enough fun. Okay guys, yes, there we go. Changing from strangely enough, from a GTX 1050 Ti to a RTX 2070 Super is going to be a huge improvement. It goes to show that you don't need the 2080s or anything like that to play games decently and get decent frame rates and everything to look better. You know, you could probably wait out for the 30 series cards that come out, but here in Australia, God knows when that's going to be. And with the problems, as I said before, I've been able to just get one. You know, can't afford a 3080 or a 3090. I don't need that either. A 3070 would be something I would probably look at, but even then, I believe with those you were going to have to do things like change your power supplies for larger power supplies, whereas I didn't want to go down that route because it's obviously more money. So yeah, this was the better option for me. I got this at quite a good price. I actually got this through Kogan, online. So I think I paid about $900 or just under $900 for it. So whereas these were, you know, a couple of months ago, a lot higher than that. Yeah, going from the old 1050 Ti, it's a small little thing, which is nothing wrong with it. It works. I might give this one to one of my kids, you know, going up to the RTX 2070 Super from ASUS, the Strix, ROG Strix gaming graphics card. Should be a major improvement. So yes, there we go. So I hope you liked the video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Do me a lovely favor, trying to get those subs up. And till next time, take it easy.